As a neurologist with 30 years of experience, I've learned a frightening truth. For seniors, the greatest threats to your brain and heart aren't always the obvious dangers. Instead, they are often the small, daily habits that silently wreck your health. I've met too many patients in my office. They tell me about their active lives, their families, and their plans for the future. They have absolutely no idea that a simple daily habit is the very thing that's hardening their arteries, choking off blood flow to the brain, and pushing them closer to a sudden heart attack or a stroke that would tear them away from their friends, grandchildren, and family forever. In this video, I am asking you to please recognize and rethink these top 5 habits. But more than that, I will show you simple alternatives. These small changes can provide powerful protection for your health. Please watch to the end, because the first 2 habits are things you might be doing right now, and the 4th has changed countless lives. Habit 1. The healthy breakfast lie. I know why you reach for that glass of orange juice or bowl of cereal in the morning. They are advertised as a healthy, quick, and smart way to start your day. It feels like you're doing the right thing for your body. But as a doctor who has seen MRI scans of brains permanently damaged from a lack of oxygen, I must tell you the truth. That healthy breakfast is often just a well-disguised sugar bomb. I'll never forget one patient, a retired teacher, who suffered a small stroke that almost took her ability to speak. We discovered the cause was the 100% pure fruit juice she drank every single morning. For years, it had been causing huge spikes in her blood sugar, silently damaging the delicate lining of her blood vessels. Here is what happens inside your body. When you have that much sugar first thing in the morning without any fiber, it shocks your system. It creates inflammation, which makes your arteries stiff and prone to injury. This is the perfect setup for deadly blood clots to form, which can then travel to your brain or heart. Now, imagine starting your day with a boiled egg, a few slices of avocado, or a small bowl of whole oatmeal. That isn't just food. It's providing your brain with the steady, reliable energy it needs to work its best. It's an act of deep respect for the body that has carried you through a lifetime. Habit 2. The sweetened iced coffee. A sweet iced coffee in the morning. I get why it's so popular. It feels refreshing, it wakes you up, and that sweetness can feel like a little reward to start your day. It seems harmless, even like a necessary treat. But as a doctor who has seen the devastating results of blood clots in the brain, I need to tell you a critical truth. That sweet coffee could be one of the most dangerous habits for your heart and brain after age 60. Many of my patients are surprised when I tell them this. They thought they were making a good choice by avoiding sodas. But here's what's really happening inside your body. When you drink a coffee loaded with sugar or syrup on an empty stomach, you're creating a perfect storm. The huge amount of sugar causes an insulin shock, which inflames the delicate lining of your blood vessels. At the same time, the caffeine makes your heart beat faster and your blood pressure spike. Picture this. Your heart is forced to work overtime to pump thicker blood from the sugar through pipes, your arteries, that are becoming narrow and inflamed. This tremendous pressure dramatically increases the risk of a small piece of plaque breaking loose, forming a clot that can cause a stroke or heart attack in minutes. I have spoken with the families of patients whose strokes occurred within just 2 hours of drinking their sweet morning coffee. They never imagined such a simple habit could be the cause. If you love coffee, don't give it up. Make it your ally. A cup of hot black coffee, unsweetened, or with just a splash of milk, can actually be beneficial. But stay away from the pre-made drinks, the syrups, and the heavy creams. This small change in how you take your coffee isn't just a preference. It's a critical choice for your health. Habit 3. Sitting for long periods. After getting some energy, many of us start the day by sitting. We sit to read the paper, watch TV, work on the computer, or simply sit still because it feels comfortable and safe. I completely understand this. As we get older, our bodies aren't as flexible as they used to be. Resting can seem like the wise choice, and sometimes there's even an unspoken fear that moving around might lead to an injury. The comfort of an armchair is hard to resist, but as a doctor who has treated patients with deep vein thrombosis, dangerous blood clots that form in the legs from sitting too long, I must warn you, after age 60, sitting is one of the most dangerous habits. I remember one patient, a lovely woman who loved to knit. She could sit for hours at a time to finish a project. One day she felt a sharp pain and swelling in her calf. Thankfully, she came to the hospital in time. We found a large blood clot that, had it traveled to her lungs or brain, could have taken her life. The cause wasn't some mysterious disease. The cause was hours of sitting still. Here's the biology behind it. When you sit for a long time, especially with your legs bent, blood flow in your lower body slows down and becomes stagnant. Blood that moves too slowly is more likely to thicken and clump together, forming clots. For a senior whose vascular system may not be as robust as it once was, this risk is significantly higher. But the good news is that the solution is incredibly simple. You don't need to run a marathon. Treat every hour as a reminder. Stand up, walk around the living room, get a glass of water, stretch for a few minutes. That small action isn't just movement, it's an act of release. You are releasing your blood flow, breaking up the stagnation, and sending a powerful message to your entire cardiovascular system. We're still active, we're still living. Every time you stand up, it's a small victory in the silent fight against stroke. Before we get to the next habit that could change your life, if you're finding this video helpful, please subscribe to the channel. 4. Social isolation and stress. This fourth habit isn't something you eat, drink, or do. It's something you feel. When we retire, our children are grown, or we lose a spouse, our world can shrink. Going out to socialize can sometimes feel tiring. The quiet at home becomes appealing. Little by little, we can become more withdrawn, and loneliness begins to creep in. I understand that. After a life full of noise and responsibility, silence can feel like a welcome change. But as a doctor who has seen the direct link between mental and physical health, I must tell you, quiet loneliness and stress are among the most powerful triggers for a stroke or heart attack. I'll never forget a patient, a widower, who suffered a massive heart attack. He had none of the traditional risk factors like smoking or obesity. But when we talked, he admitted that since his wife passed away, he spoke to almost no one. His life was consumed by silence and a constant, deep sadness. That chronic stress and loneliness isn't just a feeling, it's a toxic chemical reaction happening inside your body. It causes a spike in a hormone called cortisol. Think of cortisol as a corrosive acid. Day after day, it silently eats away at the walls of your blood vessels, raises your blood pressure, promotes inflammation, and forces your heart to work in a constant state of alarm. Your heart and brain were not designed to withstand that kind of prolonged stress, but you have the power to fight this poison. And the antidote is simple and pleasant. It's a phone call to an old friend. It's joining a club for people with a shared hobby. It's saying hello to a neighbor. These actions aren't just social events. They are powerful medicine for your heart. When you connect with others, when you laugh, when you share, your body releases beneficial hormones that calm your nervous system, lower your blood pressure, and fight the damage from cortisol. So the next time you feel lonely, pick up the phone. That action isn't just about connecting with a friend. You are reconnecting with life. You are giving your heart the most effective healing medicine there is. 5. I'll catch up on sleep later. This final habit is one of the most common and silent enemies, lack of sleep. I know that as we get older, a good, deep night's sleep can feel like a luxury. Tossing and turning, trouble falling asleep, or waking up multiple times during the night is very common. Many of us accept it as a part of aging, or we try to make up for it by staying up late to watch TV until we feel tired, thinking, I'll catch up on sleep later. But as a neurologist who understands the vital importance of sleep for the brain, I must emphasize this. Chronic sleep deprivation doesn't just make you tired. It is poisoning your brain and your heart. I had one patient, a very intelligent and sharp woman, who began showing early signs of cognitive decline. She was becoming forgetful and had trouble concentrating. After ruling out other causes, we discovered that for years she had only been sleeping 4 or 5 hours a night. She thought she had gotten used to it, but in reality, her brain never had the chance to heal itself. Here is what science has proven. Sleep is not a passive state. It is a critical cleanup and repair process. While you are in a deep sleep, Your brain flushes out toxic proteins that build up during the day, the very things thought to cause Alzheimer's disease. At the same time, your body repairs damaged cells, regulates blood pressure, and reduces inflammation. When you don't get enough sleep, you are robbing your body of the chance to do this essential work. Toxins build up in your brain. Inflammation in your blood vessels increases. Your blood pressure never gets a rest. Day after day, this habit creates the perfect environment for a stroke and other cardiovascular diseases to develop. So, please change the way you think about sleep. It's not laziness. It's not wasted time. Sleep is an essential process of regeneration, as important as the air you breathe and the water you drink. Make your bedroom a sanctuary. Turn off the TV and other electronics at least an hour before bed. Create a relaxing ritual, maybe by reading a book or listening to soft music. Prioritizing sleep doesn't just help you feel more alert the next day. You are allowing your body's repair crew to do its job. You are protecting your memory, your clarity, and the health of your heart for the years to come. Here is the most important thing I want you to remember from this video. The most beautiful thing I've learned in my entire career is the incredible resilience of the human body and brain. They don't need perfection. They just need a chance. They just need you to start paying attention. The most common question I get in my office is, "Doctor, is it too late for me?" And my answer is always the same. It is never too late to start taking better care of yourself. The final chapter of your life is not yet written, and the pen is in your hand. So the real question you need to ask yourself is not, "Can I do it?" It is, "Am I willing to fight for my future?" You have lived a life full of effort, shouldering responsibilities for family and work. You have absolutely earned a next chapter filled with vitality and clarity, not a chapter of illness and regret. Changing a habit isn't about giving something up. It's about taking back control. Taking back clear mornings, taking back meaningful conversations, and taking back the strength to enjoy the life you worked so hard to build. So today, I'm not asking you to change your whole world. I'm just asking you to pick one habit, just one, and make one small change to fight against it. Your future self will thank you. Your family will thank you. And most importantly, your brain and your heart will know that you are on their side. Continue watching our videos about the early warning signs of a stroke and how to prevent them on our channel.